last week's exciting matchup. Now for all the highlights and play-by-play action, let's go to the field.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another broadcast of Homewood High School football. I'm Barry Copeland along with Wayne Glasscock, and we're in Sylacauga tonight for the game with the Homewood Patriots against Sylacauga. Wayne, good to be with you for another year.
There's no place I'd rather be than right here at a football game in September. And the temperature is going to be 90 degrees, I understand, when we kick off.
And that probably doesn't include the heat index. Hopefully it'll cool off a little bit as we go through the evening. This is a tough one to start out with, Wayne.
Sylacauga is traditionally tough for us. We beat them 2 years ago. Sylacauga is coming off 11-3 last year. From last year, Barry, they made it to the semifinals of the state championship. Homewood, of course, made it to the first round of the playoffs. Sylacauga's picked to be in the top 10 this year in 5A. So this is one of the many tough games we've got coming up this year.
Well, no question about it, and certainly a win here tonight would be an excellent way to start the season off. Speaking of the season, we're returning 9 seniors on the Patriot squad this year, 17 juniors, and 11 sophomores. It is a young Homewood Patriot squad.
They are young, but they've been working hard, and I think if we can get some good play out of our offensive line, we're gonna see Homewood come home with a victory tonight. And I'm optimistic. I'm ready to get it on.
I am too. Certainly looking forward to seeing Jay Roberson again at quarterback. Robert Davis, good to have him back in the backfield. Elvin Skipper running again this year. We do have some returning folks from last year who are going to help us out, and I'm like you, I'm optimistic.
Mary, Sylacauga brings a new ball club altogether. The Homewood coaches don't really know what to expect from Sylacauga. Sylacauga lost 11 offensive starters from last year's team and 8 starting defensive players from last year's team. A couple of guys we want to be on the lookout for as far as Sylacauga is concerned is Reese, number 79, a very strong offensive tackle, and a running back by the name of Greg Averett. Their do-it-all guy is Maurice Gamble, who plays linebacker and tight end. He is recognized one of the better athletes in the state in 5A this year.
Reese, by the way, 240-pound, 6'3", right tackle in that offensive line, and that's one thing Homewood's going to have to look out for this year is those big offensive lines that will come up against us.
Barry, you see the new Patriot mascot. Camera's got a great shot of him right there.
Looks like they've got the sign ready to go for that team to come through.
I'm sure he's going to generate that great Homewood spirit that we're all accustomed to, and I'm sure he's going to do a great job for us this year.
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you know the mascot's name? That may be something we'll need to learn.
Pat Patriot.
Pat Patriot. Well, we'll need to
I think we just named him right now.
We'll find out a lot more about that over the period of the season.
All right, we're getting ready to kick off the 1990 Homewood Patriot football season. Right now, you see looks like the seniors coming out for the opening toss. We'll pick
Once again,
those,
9 seniors returning on this Homewood squad. You know, it might be worthwhile to go down that list of returning seniors. Scott Hogue returns no, Scott Hogue's not a senior this year, is he? Scott's a junior, isn't he?
Scott's a junior,
he's listed as a senior on the program here. Of course, Jay
Barry,
Roberson.
These are the game captains, but they're not seniors. So we made our first year of the year.
Well, that's all right. I just thought it might be worthwhile to run down the seniors on the squad, those who are returning. Jay Roberson returning at quarterback. Brian Greer. Brian's listed as a junior here. I'm sorry. Looking down the list, Damon Southward returning this year. Damon coming in at 212 pounds, by the way, and I saw him in practice the other day. He's in excellent shape. He's looking great. Kenneth Evans returning at fullback. Kenneth in at 190 pounds. Eugene Oliver at wide receiver and a defensive back. Looking on down the roster for other seniors, Chris Cowan coming in at center, and Rover on defense. Chris at 170 pounds, a senior. Chris Lesko is the big man on the squad this year at 275 pounds, an offensive and defensive tackle. Chris playing both ways this year, and of course starting. And then finally Dwight Whalen and Michael Flynn.
There you see the captains for Homewood: Chris Lesko, Gene Oliver, Dwight Whalen, and it'll be us, Eric Rebels.
For the toss of the coin, and we've even got TV coverage on the field tonight.
Captain's meet on the field.
Well, it looks as though Sylacauga did win the toss and will receive.
Sylacauga will receive and defend the north goal. Homewood will kick and defend the south goal.
Okay, we're about ready to get it on here.
As you can see, the Homewood team getting ready to come through the big screen at the Patriots. And as we've got this moment before the kickoff, let's go to our first commercial break of the 1990 season. You're watching Homewood Patriots football.
South Trust Bank is pleased to support Homewood High School athletics and wishes the Patriot football team a winning season. Whether it's community service or quality service at one of our convenient offices, South Trust Bank is working harder for you.
This fall, enter the Pepsi Bodacious Back-to-School Sweepstakes and win a free limo to and from school. It's Bo Jackson.
School was never like this.
Or a $1,000 shopping spree.
School was never like this.
And best of all, Pepsi will give the lucky winner up to $100,000 towards college.
School was never like this.
Shh. The Pepsi Bodacious Back-to-School Sweepstakes.
School was never like this.
Didn't I just say that?
Enter the Pepsi Bodacious Back-to-School Sweepstakes.
All right, about ready to kick it off. West Steed will tee it up on the 40-yard line, and West Steed's going to be an all-purpose player for Bear.
He really is. Wayne, I think you're going to see him kicking it off, extra points, field goal attempts. He's also the snapper back, as one coach I remember used to call it, on punts. Here's the start of your season.
90-91.
West Kiss indeed.
On the
Take
two.
it. Big return.
High return by Jeff Johnson.
Tripped up by Michael Andrzejewski, a young sophomore from Homewood. Looks like they're going to bring it back, Bear.
Well, the flag was on the 11-yard line.
Only leg is on the kickoff.
Okay, we'll take it.
We'll take that extra 5 yards. If West kicks it the way he did last time, it'll be in the end zone because I believe he put that one down on about the 3-yard line. It was a good run back by Sylacauga's Jeff Johnson.
Homewood brings over a pretty good crowd tonight, and they're still coming in. Homewood will go to Mountain Brook next Friday night. Okay, let's see if we can get some of those.
Once again, West to kick off.
Deep kick.
Fine kick.
He brought down.
His friend Surratt takes the ball in a spree.
First and 10, the ball at the 28.
Sylacauga will set it up on the 28-yard line. All right, let's set the Homewood defense for you.
Fine stop by Scott Hogue on the kickoff.
Homewood's got Michael Flint, number 88, Michael Coggin, 46, Jonathan Hammaker, 79, Damon Southard, number 32, is your defensive front. We'll get the rest of those defensive guys for Homewood in just a minute. Geiger over the ball. On the right side.
Aldridge turns the corner and out to about the 37.
Tackled by Scott Hogue coming up from his safety position. At linebacker, Homewood's got Lee Thompson, Eric Rebels, Dusty Smith. In the secondary, we got Eugene Oliver, Wes Steed, Elvin Skipper, and Scott Hogue.
Well, they call it 2nd and 1 now.
Homewood in 4-3. And it looks like maybe a loss on the play there. It's going to be close.
Good stop by number 88, Michael Flint.
Stevens at center.
Going to be close. I can't see it, but the umpires are saying, and the referees are saying they got the first down. So they call it working from their 39. Sylacauga's Aggies with the first down of their season.
78 for Sylacauga is huge. They probably have to take him to the stockyards to weigh him, Barry, and he's not even the big guy.
That's Jeff Washington at 291, offensive and defensive tackle playing both ways. He's got almost 20 pounds on our largest man.
Okay, Tony Reed brings him up to the line. It's going to be first down from the 39-yard line. Give to the fullback, and he goes nowhere. Like Jonathan Hammaker, Michael Flint, the entire defensive front.
Dusty Smith in on that tackle as well. A great defensive effort that time.
It'll be second down and 10. Homewood worked awful hard in the weight room this summer, Barry, and I think it's going to pay off. Like you said, we only have 8 seniors, so some of these guys got to grow up early because we got a tough schedule.
Another fine defensive play up the middle. Eugene Oliver in on that stop, primary tackler in on that stop. Raymond Southard also assist on that tackle.
Lee Thompson helping out. Damon Southard picks up the signal from Coach Thorson across the way and relays it on to his defense. 9 minutes, 15 seconds to go, first quarter, no score. The right side of that Sylacauga line is huge.
Sylacauga sends DJ Congle and Fran Strett wide right.
Good hit, Homewood.
Tackle. David Southard with one of those hits, I know.
Lee Thompson put good pressure on him.
Absolutely.
And
took him down.
Damon came over and finished him off with a tremendous hit.
When it brings up 4th and 7, Sylacauga sending in their punting team.
Sylacauga's going to snap the ball from about the 43.
We'll see Brian Greer and
Robert Davis.
Jackson in
coming back.
formation.
It's the first chance we have to see Robert Davis this year. The ball's coming to Brian Greer, and he's going to let it go.
Jackson kick rolls down.
Brian's playing it safe there, but I'm sure Brian wishes he picked that ball up now rather than letting it roll an extra 10 yards. Who was that from the outside? Almost got that kick. We almost blocked that punt, Barry. I didn't get the number.
I did not notice.
All right, Homewood about ready to snap the ball for their first offensive series of the year. Chris Cowan over the ball. Jay Roberson under center. Sylacauga in a 5-man front.
First give to
Robert took a good hit that time. We were talking before the game. I don't think many people will, but Robert sustained a broken nose in the middle of the week. Kind of a freak accident during practice, but I don't think it's going to slow him up very much, Barry.
He jumped right back up from it. Although you know that nose has got to be hurting him some.
Robert Davis again. Robert gets about 3.
Up to the 20. Third down 5.
3rd and 5 situation now for Homewood. First real possession down.
Robert Davis right, Robert Davis left. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that
Jackson on the stop.
until this offense gains confidence.
Absolutely.
And after all, Robert ran for 1,800 yards last year, one of the best performances by back in the state of Alabama.
And certainly by a sophomore. Well, 3rd and actually a long 4 here in the first quarter with 7 minutes left to play.
Kenneth Evans, your fullback. Jay rolls out. He had Damon Southard open just for a minute. Pulled it down, and he's going to lose about 2 yards on the play. We're going to have to kick it away.
Well, Greg Averett for Sylacauga.
Conville and Stevens on the south.
Michael Dark, I guess, was and Greg Averett back there in a hurry on that one.
Over 3.
All right, Jay Rosen is the punter. West Steve will snap it from about the 19-yard line. Sylacauga sending 8 men. Could have an offside there.
Got a flag on the play. Jay got an excellent punt underway.
Beautiful punt.
Ball roll through, flags on the field.
What little breeze there was, got behind that ball and looks like 65 yards, according to Fred Morris now.
I do believe it's coming back though. That flag went awfully quickly right at the snap of the ball, so it may have been the offside.
So Barry, is Homewood getting the ball? I believe that's the deal, isn't it? First down, Homewood.
Oh, absolutely. It's more than an offsides, I can tell you that. They've got
I think we're looking at a personal foul here, maybe.
15 yards step off against the Aggies.
I haven't seen the signal. We'll take that 15. Jay Roche got a beautiful punt off that time. According to Fred Morris, 65 yards.
Well, the press box announcer here, as you probably heard, called it 12 men on the field.
I didn't realize that's a 15-yard penalty.
First game jitters getting organized here.
Robert Davis.
Maybe gets one.
Robert off the left side on delay. 2 yards.
Looks like a stop made by Perry Davison of Sylacauga.
Anthony and Gamble on the stop.
Chris Cowan over the ball. Second down, 8 from the Homewood 37-yard line. Homewood in the eye. Pitch to Robert. He's in trouble. Please, Sylacauga come up with the ball. Well, they haven't given a signal.
Some debate about it. Referees now indicate Sylacauga. Tony Reed for Sylacauga recovering that fumble.
You think Sylacauga defense knows about Robert Davis?
Well, you can tell that they're keen on him. It was a high, hard pitch. I'm sure it was tough to handle.
They were in Robert's face about the time the ball arrived.
Absolutely. They were 3 yards deep in our territory when the pitch came to them.
Barry, we got a couple of new men to help with this very professional TV staff. We got Fred Morris and Tom King joining us this year. We're very happy to have them.
We're delighted to have them. Also appreciate the fine spotting assistance of Clyde Cook with us tonight, helping us get these numbers and names all straight. Reminded of the time my friend from Channel 13, Gary Sanders, talked about calling a Czechoslovakian national hockey team game against the Birmingham Bulls several years ago. He said he didn't use a name all night long, nothing but numbers.
There you see the Homewood crowd. This is a mandatory rest break, I believe, and it's a good idea on this temperature, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Homewood did bring an excellent crowd. Of course, the full band here. We'll get to hear from them at halftime, and looking forward to that. Just reminding folks now that we've got about 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first quarter as we take this mandatory rest break. Sylacauga with a 1st and 10, moving from the Homewood 35.
It's great to see that support. Homewood's always supported their teams, and I'm sure this year is not going to be any exception.
Well, and Wayne, I have to tell you, coming up here on the press box side of the field, I saw a number of fans from Homewood on this side of the field, perhaps vying for a little bit better position to be able to see the game a little bit better.
Well, maybe they just lost, Barry.
Well, it could be.
Okay, Sylacauga with the first big break of the game takes over on Homewood's 35. To give to the tailback.
Big hole for Jeff Johnson. Big hole for Jeff Johnson.
Johnson carries.
Look like Scott Hogue on the tackle again.
Not summing up from that defensive secondary position.
Cabot Barton go to the Sylacauga Aggie band section.
Sylacauga sends in another tight end, Ruster.
Second down, 3.
It looks like they may go with 2 tight ends here. Exactly right. 2 tight ends with 2 wideouts.
2 wideouts.
Give us to the fullback.
Stevens on the carry.
I believe he's going to be a little bit short.
Michael Coggin on the stop.
Michael's a young sophomore. Going to be a tremendous player.
Bring up third, about 1.
Third and a long 1. Fred says big play here. I think he's right.
Well, just over 4 minutes left. This third and a long 1. This is a key possession down here in the first quarter. Bootleg.
Tony Reed to the 8-yard line.
Rebound on the stop.
Tony Reed kind of froze our defense when he put the ball up like he was going to put it in the air, pull it down, and ramble down to the 8-yard line. Gain of about 14 on that play, I believe it was. All right, Homewood needs to pick it up here. Homewood a 5-man front. Lee Thompson.
Over the middle, big stop by Eugene Oliver. Saw number 42 in there on that stop. I'm sure there were others.
I'm impressed with Sylacauga's line.
About 3.
You take, for instance, Brian Reese, who's in at 288, and Jeff Washington at 291.
Second down, go.
Well, in
Side by
excess of
side.
500 pounds side by side, and that's moving out on a Homewood line that averages probably 100 pounds less than that.
Okay, Sylacauga, 2 tight ends again. Reed keeps. Eric Rebels got out there in a hurry, but he couldn't get to him.
Well, it was another fine bootleg by Tony Reed, the Aggie quarterback. Taking in with 2:55 remaining in the first quarter. Sylacauga with the first score.
I think our cornerback's going to have to come up a lot quicker
Simpson will attempt the conversion.
and make them throw that ball.
Reed will hold.
Kick's good.
The kick is good after throw top.
2 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Sylacauga Aggies 7, Homewood Patriots 0.
Davis goes deep for the Patriots.
I think the big question now becomes probably what Homewood has to do to get back in this, Wayne. It might be good to set this offensive, or this kicking reception alignment. We send Robert Davis back deep in the middle. It looks like Elvin Skipper is one of the other deep backs with him, and I'm not sure. I can't see who the other one is from here.
All right, Robert's going to take it at the 5-yard line.
From the 5.
Robert brings it back to the 27-yard line.
24. Make it to 26.
Excellent run back by Robert. Good stop by Chris Stevens of Sylacauga on the run back there. Homewood get a little field position here and get ready to go.
Big number 78, Washington's in on defense. And And I'm not so sure that we haven't been intimidated by Sylacauga's size and speed so far.
I believe you're right. We've got Whalen and Greer wide to the left.
Bobby gets about 3. That's it. I think we're going to have to loosen it up a little bit. Let's give you the offensive line for Homewood. Dwight Whalen, wide receiver. Chris Lesko at tackle. Steve Carpenter at guard. Chris Cowan at center. Mark Skoll at guard. Eric Reebles at tackle. Damon Southard at tight end. Of course, Jay Roberson, quarterback. Kenneth Evans and Robert Davis in the backfield.
Homewood split wide to the right on this one.
Homewood's in the I. 2nd down, 7. Jay out to Brian Greer. Incomplete. Brian was trying to get on the ball just like he's supposed to. That could have been a fumble.
3rd down about.
Well, we just can't get cranked up.
Well, it's amazing. We watched them practice Wednesday afternoon, practice that pass in the flat to perfection every time. There's just something about putting it into practice on the field. Remind folks, this brings up a 3rd down, 8 situation, still in the first quarter with 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. If you're just joining us, Sylacauga scored after a Homewood fumble. And our score here in Sylacauga is 7.
Flag down on the play.
I won't anticipate what the penalty is going to be, but we got a flag down and the referees are talking about it. Well, it's going to be 4th down.
Procedure against the Patriots.
Illegal,
decline 4th down.
illegal procedure declined by the Aggies. So Homewood's going to have to punt it away again.
Avery Street going deep. Robinson will go in front formation.
West Steve will snap it. Jay Roberson's going to stand on about his 15.
Call the line of scrimmage at 28.
Another good punt. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
At the 36-yard line.
A 44-yard punt that time, actually 43.
It's another good job by Jay.
Another excellent job. It'll be interesting to see how they bring the defense up this time a little bit, Wayne. You made the comment just a few minutes ago that we were ready to go with it, but it seemed like we were just a little bit late in getting up to the action on the play, especially on the bootlegs when Tony Reed runs out with that bootleg.
I believe
just a little bit late getting to it.
Most likely Coach Harmon's talked to his cornerbacks about coming up a little bit quicker. You know, we're going to have to force Sylacauga to throw the ball on that play.
Sylacauga calls timeout.
I believe we've got a timeout here with 1:20 remaining in the first quarter. Sylacauga with a 1st and 10 on their own. Looks like about the 35-yard line.
Let's take a few minutes, Barry, and pat the Homewood High School Athletic Association on the back for their tremendous barbecue Labor Day. The big success.
I heard it was a big success, and you were involved in it. Tell me about it. A lot of people?
We had a great day. We sold out a barbecue about 3 o'clock, and we need to tip our hat to Terry Steed, who chaired the barbecue again this year, and told Terry if he asked the Athletic Association in a real nice way, they might let him chair it again next year.
That's a job he can keep for as long as he wants it. Is that what you're saying?
The big thing about that, though, is we made some money which goes to the benefit of the Homewood High School athletes, both boys and girls, and it goes to buy equipment for our sports programs. And, you know, everyone knows what the cost of equipment is.
Absolutely, and that's why Homewood does have that. They've got a first-class program, excellent athletic facilities. The athletic department, athletic plant at the high school is just magnificent. And it's because of the work of concerned, interested parents and volunteers that that's possible.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here with you. Appreciate you letting a rookie like me be on the air with you.
I started to say the same thing. I'm the rookie in this case, as you well know. As you well know. Well, Sylacauga's ready to go again after that timeout.
Go to the men's section. Oscar Walham.
Okay, Homewood's in a 4-4. They walk Dusty Smith off the line. Reed keeps, pitches. Eugene Oliver misses the tackle. Elvin Skipper had to bring him down.
Absolutely magnificent run by Sylacauga's number 5, Jeff Johnson. He's been the workhorse tonight.
Johnson takes it to the Patriots, 27.
Johnson on the carry.
Skipper had to cut him off or it was 6 points.
Skipper on the stop.
They're killing us on the corners, Barry.
Well, at this point they are, Wayne. 1:10 remaining in the quarter. Another first down for Sylacauga. They're moving now in Homewood territory, moving from the Homewood 27.
Look like we're in good shape. We missed a tackle there and he was long gone. 1st and 10 from the Homewood 27. Give it to the tailback.
Everett carries.
That's the speed merchant.
That's Greg Everett. And he is indeed.
Everett takes it for about 6 yards. Excuse me, 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down 5. There you see Damon looking to the sideline for the defensive signal.
Clock is running now, 38 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Wind not a factor tonight, so the change of quarter should not affect the play of the game.
Reed stuck. Looks like a fumble. Homewood's got the ball. Homewood ball.
Scott Hogue on the fumble recovery.
On the play, recovered by the Patriots.
I didn't get
That's the kind of play that can turn you around.
I didn't get the number of the tackler, but he stuck him good and knocked the ball loose. Big play for Homewood. Well, regardless of what happens on this play, we're pretty fortunate to only be down by 7 points here.
Clock now starts again, running from 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Sylacauga, our score here.
Give to Robert. Robert up the middle. Close to the first down. They're going to call the ball
I
down.
believe they had blown it dead. Officials stopped the clock with 11 seconds to
Jackson on the
go.
stop.
Clock starts again and is running. We're going to have the change of quarters here, I believe, Wayne, before they
Second
get
down,
another
short
play.
yardage.
All right, Sylacauga wins the first quarter.
That's the end of the first
Like a
quarter.
penalty
The game's not
back,
over.
be back.
Absolutely. You've been watching Homewood Patriot football.
You look,
Marvelous.
healthy?
Picture of I am alive.
Ever been screened for cancer?
No.
Why?
Busy.
You got 2 hours,
Got 2 hours.
got $48.
Got $48.
It's a date.
Where?
Princeton's Cancer Screening Center.
Oh, you buy it?
It's my treat.
I'll get dinner.
These days, there's no reason not to get screened for cancer. Call us for an appointment.
Before I learned about lending money, I learned about respect. I grew up in a large family of 6 children, and my parents always tried to instill in us the importance of treating every person the way we'd like to be treated ourselves. I know what it's like to borrow money because bankers are just like anybody else. We're humans too. Whenever a customer comes in to see me, I treat them like I'd like to be treated myself. When you come into AmSouth to borrow money, you're doing us a favor, and we appreciate it.
At NTW, you'll always find the largest selection of quality brand tires at the lowest prices. At NTW, you'll find Michelin, Bridgestone, Dunlop, Pirelli, Goodyear, and many more. NTW also offers alignments, brake service, as well as shock and strut replacement using quality Monroe shocks. And NTW's expert service staff won't keep you waiting for hours because NTW believes in fast, quality service. NTW now in 3 Birmingham locations, Homewood, Roebuck, and now in Inverness.
It's Piggly Wiggly food stores for quality foods, friendly service, and fair prices. You'll find a wide selection of the freshest seasonal produce brought in daily, and the finest heavy Western USDA choice beef, and of course, plump, fresh-cut chickens never frozen. And Piggly Wiggly serves hot, fresh deli foods of the finest quality served up daily, the next best thing to home cooking. And Piggly Wiggly food stores are proud of our friendly people serving your needs in Mountain Brook, Homewood, and Southside. It's Piggly Wiggly, the finest food stores around.
Okay, about ready to start the second quarter. Sylacauga kicked us pretty good in that quarter. Homewood's got to get some more people out on the corners on that option play on the bootleg. But right now, we'd like to take the ball down the field and score. Jay Roberson's got the Patriots up at the line. Ball's going to snap from the 31-yard line. Second down, 1. Split up Ken Evans on the carry. First down, Homewood. First down of the game for the Patriots. Okay, we got Chris Rebels going both ways right now for the Homewood Patriots. Pitch to Robert.
They're bringing the corners up quickly. Our corners are laying back just a little bit, and they're bringing the corners up quickly.
Robert Davis gets about 4 yards on the play.
That effectively takes that sweep out of it.
We got a flag down. Like a legal procedure against Homewood.
Clipping the call, 15 yards to step off against the Patriots.
Well, I didn't see the referee give a clipping signal, but Clyde Cook says it's face mask, and PA man says it's clipping. It's going to be 1st and 25 from the Homewood 20-yard line. Robert Davis, tailback.
Didn't have any blocking in the middle of the line that time.
Russell Jackson and company on the
Sylacauga
stop.
showing some trap blocking. That
it's giving our line all kind of problems.
Giving our line problems, but as we discussed before, they're working at a severe weight disadvantage. The defense just not adjusting at this point.
Barry, it's hard to look at Sylacauga and believe they lost 11 starters on offense and 8 starters on defense last year. It's just unbelievable the depth this school has.
Well, no question about it, and as was just pointed out, Sylacauga is not at all afraid of a passing threat from Homewood.
Incomplete, knocked down by the defensive line.
Blocked at the man, almost intercepted.
Pass was intended for Elvin Skipper.
Stevens backs it down.
At this point, Homewood's been able to get nothing going at all. We got 3rd down at 25.
33.
We need a big play right here to get out of this hole.
Well, that's absolutely right, if nothing else, just for punt position.
All right. Coach Newton will reach into his bag of tricks and try and come up with something, give us 25 yards and a 1st down. Pitch to Robert. Robert off tackle. Robert trying to get the outside.
Davis goes out of bounds. At about the 20.
Good runner,
They got 4th down, 25.
Gain of 5. Homewood's got to punt away and give the ball back to the Aggies.
We need a good one this time.
Robinson will go in punt formation for the Patriots. Every 3 drops deep for the Aggies.
Jay gets it away. It's a good punt.
Another good punt.
Fumble. I believe Homewood got it. Yes.
Indicate Homewood possession. Scott Hogue in on the play. Also Wes Steed. Well, I believe it was Wes Steed that fell first on the ball. Wes the snapper on that particular play.
35 yards on the punt. All right, Wes Steed hustling down. Wes or Scott one came out of the ball. I'm not sure which. But that sets Homewood up in good position.
That's the kind of thing that can turn your momentum around. Homewood with excellent field position, moving from Sylacauga's 47-yard line. 10 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Robert Davis off tackle. Robert gets about 6.
Stop made by number 15, Russell Jackson of the Sylacauga Tigers.
All right, Homewood running off the right side that time behind Eric Rebels and Steve Carpenter.
Absolutely power football tonight.
They stuck with their blocks.
A cloud of dust.
You know, Robert only needs about a count of 3 to break through the line of scrimmage, and they stuck with their blocks that time and gave him time. Get to Robert again. Robert outside. He's gone.
He's gone. First down and more.
Put 7 on the board.
Davis going to get it for the touchdown.
Robert Davis takes it 42 yards.
42 yards scramble around the left side. Robert Davis.
That is a thing of beauty.
Absolutely magnificent blocks by the left guard and left tackle on that play to free Robert, and then that speed of his just took over.
Well, it's been Robert Davis left, Robert Davis right, and it paid off big time there.
Steed in to attempt the extra point with 9 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first half of play.
West Steed puts it through. We got a timeout game. What's amazing what those...
I'm sorry, go ahead, Wayne.
It's amazing what those turnovers do to a game.
Absolutely, and excellent blocking on that drive, particularly on the part of Kenneth Evans. Excellent blocking. You almost get the feeling, Wayne, that maybe some words were exchanged on the Homewood sidelines during that last Sylacauga offensive set.
I think maybe some coaches over there for Homewood expressed themselves.
It could have been.
But talking about Kenneth Evans, he's a steady workhorse. You know, he doesn't play defense. He could, but the coaches prefer to rest him so he can do just that. Block people, put them on their back, and he can't carry the football as he demonstrated against Pale City last year when he rambled late in the game to win the ball game. Kenneth Evans is a great asset to the Patriots. West Steed kicking off. It's a high. Kick's going to be... Looks like it's going out of bounds about the 8-yard line.
Well, they'll bring that one back and do it again.
We probably ought to mention Stanley Lee has a sprained ankle and couldn't go tonight, Barry. At least I have not seen him. I'm not really sure that Stanley's dressed out. But that's a shame Stanley didn't get in here. Stanley's one of their 8 seniors. But hopefully he'll be ready to go next week.
He would be the only Homewood Patriot who did not make the trip then.
Well, I feel sure he made the trip, but...
Well, dressing out, I mean, it shows him on the roster as a junior. 240-pound offensive tackle.
Okay.
It's interesting that broadcasting from out in the open here on the Sylacauga side of the field, you really get a sense of the crowd, the crowd reaction. The crowd is quiet quite a bit since that last Homewood score.
All right, West kicking it again. Take it on the 25 or the 15. And he's taken down on about the 34 by...
Looked like Mark Scholl, Dusty Smith in on the stop.
To the 35, going to be first and 10. Make it to 34.
Sylacauga set up the move now from their own 34. 9 minutes, 24 seconds remaining in the half. Again, if you're just joining us, score tied here in Sylacauga, 7-7.
Okay, Homewood's got some momentum now. It'd be great to hold them 3 plays and make Sylacauga punt the ball away here. Linebackers filling the holes much quicker now. Dusty Smith and Lee Thompson.
Looked like Jonathan Hammaker in on that stop as well.
Second down 7.
Looks like we got more people up close to the line.
Closer to the line. I was getting ready to say, looks like the holes are being filled much more quickly now. One of the two teams is going to have to open up the passing threat to break that log jam up at the top there.
Sylacauga, 3 men to the near side. Damon Southern makes a great tackle.
Johnson.
That was the workhorse, Jeff Johnson again.
Up to the 40.
It's going to be a gain about 3. It's going to be 3rd and about 5 for the Aggies.
Cornerbacks are coming up and forcing that play to the outside, making it much easier for the pursuit.
Runner turned in and Damon nailed him. 3rd and 5. Okay. Sylacauga from the 40. Reads outside. Flint turns him in. First down, Sylacauga.
Just for the first down. First and 10.
Michael Flint did just what a defensive end is supposed to do. He sprinted to the outside, turned the quarterback in. We'll take him down, but not until Reed picks up the first down.
First and 10, Aggies.
Very hot, humid evening in Sylacauga, and I noticed the flags are not flying at all now. They're very limp.
The flags are not moving at all.
Sylacauga from the 46-yard line. Homewood still in a 4-4. Give to the fullback. Gang tackled. Lee Thompson's in there along with Eric Rebels. Lee Thompson.
Michael Flint on that.
7 minutes, 28 seconds to go. First half. Tie ball game.
With 2nd and 9 now, and with the running up much tougher up the middle for Sylacauga, it's going to be interesting to see if they go to the pass at all. They've got a workhorse backfield that's been good for them so far in this game. What we haven't seen is whether they have any passing threat. Pretty consistently though, Wayne, they're sending two men wide to one side, one to the other. They have the receivers out there and they're running patterns. But Reed continues to go to Johnson, his tailback.
Quick out, complete. Brought down by
two-man effort there.
Evan Skipper and Michael Flint.
Michael Flint. Scott Hogan on that one as well.
3rd down, about 2.
If I'm not mistaken, that's Sylacauga's first pass completion.
I believe that it is.
Flint and Haas on the stop.
Sylacauga continues to substitute freely. Clock's rolling with 6:25 to go. Homewood needs to tighten up right here. 3rd down, 3.
Well, this is a key one. This is a key possession down. About 8 men on the front.
Oh, I'm not sure he got it until the last little effort.
Close on the spot. Going to be close on the spot. We'll have to see what the ref does on it.
Scott Ho came up.
May require measurement.
Helped on the tackle.
They're giving it a once-over.
Very close.
4th down. 4th and 1. Big decision for the Sylacauga coaches.
Time out for official measurement.
I'd almost bet my house they're going to go for it, though, Barry. They bring the chains in. And looks like they're going to be
4th down, inches.
4th down, probably about a foot, Wayne.
Clyde says the length of a football.
Textbook play in this particular case would say Sylacauga goes for it. Even if the play failed again, it would be interesting to see what Homewood would do with it with only 6 minutes remaining in the half. Coaching staff on the Sylacauga sidelines has had plenty of time to send the play in, and here we go with it.
Timeout, Patriots.
Looks like Homewood wants to see what that offensive set's going to be when they come up to the line.
Fred.
Homewood's coaching staff a chance to think this one.
What was your comment, Fred?
I was just thinking, with the way Sylacauga has Homewood outsized across the front line, Barry was saying that the conventional wisdom would be use that size 2 yards in a cloud of dust, which is what Sylacauga's been going to most of the night, except when they use the bootleg by their versatile quarterback.
I wouldn't think this much of a decision right here. They're definitely going to go for it. While we got just a minute, let's remind all Homewood Patriot supporters of the middle school spaghetti dinner, which is September 22nd, Saturday at Homewood Middle School. And that's always great spaghetti. You know our good Italiano buddy, Mr. Danny Calais, is cooking spaghetti again, and it's great. You can't beat it.
You think maybe he's already started the process?
Danny looks forward to it every year, and we always look forward to that.
We missed having Danny in the booth this year as a statistician, but then again, we're not in the booth tonight. We're in the stands with everyone else. But we
all miss the booth tonight. Okay, big play here. Sylacauga's got the big boys on the right side of the line, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them run over the right side, just like Fred said.
Looked like Reed on the keeper.
Reed on the quarterback streak, first down.
You know, a good offense keeps the defense off guard. They run when you think they're going to pass, and pass when you think they're going to run. And so far, Sylacauga hasn't had to throw the ball very much. It's been Reed's running and Sylacauga controlling the ball most of the time.
That's absolutely right, Wayne. And unlike the first few sets of downs in this game, Sylacauga's having to grind it out by the foot now, as opposed to in huge amounts like they did in the first two sets of possessions that they had.
Reed pitches. Sylacauga very fortunate to have the football. Lee Thompson in there creating all kind of havoc. Looks like Homewood on that play. Someone went after the quarterback immediately that time, forced him to pitch.
Forced the pitch, and did you notice how quickly he was on it?
You know, that's an example of great coaching right there. We talked about what Homewood had to do about stopping them on the corners, and the coaches made the adjustments. It's like they've always done in the past.
Absolutely. Our linebackers are across their line of scrimmage while the ball's on the pitch out. And that's going to take that bootleg and that pitch out of it. Force them to the pass or up the middle again. A little bit over 5 minutes remaining now in the first half here in Sylacauga.
Reed back to throw. He's got pressure. Great
Absolutely
play.
Magnificent tackle by Michael Flint. Pressure from Kenneth Evans.
There's big Kenneth. I told you he could play defense.
No question about it. That's the kind of stopper that you need.
And I think that's why Kenneth's in there. He was putting tremendous pressure on Reed that time. And that makes a big difference. It's hard to throw the ball when you're on your backside. You know that?
No question about it.
It's going to be third down. Yeah, from the 50-yard line.
4.5 minutes remaining in this half. 3rd and 18. Sylacauga moves right on the 50-yard line.
Okay, Homewood will be looking for a pass, looking for a draw, maybe a swing pass. Great pressure again. Jonathan Hamburger was in the backfield at the snap of the ball.
Good stop by Hamburger. Not a loss of a yard on the play, call it 4th and 19.
Okay, Homewood sends in Robert Davis.
Russell Jackson goes in bunt formation.
Elvin Skipper also comes in. Homewood may have the block on here, Barry. We got 9 men on the line of scrimmage. Elvin and Robert are deep. Fair catch, Elvin.
Brian Greer.
Excuse me, Brian Greer, I'm sorry.
Ball at the 22.
I confuse Elvin sometime with his older brother, Don Skipper, who played for the Patriots several years ago, had great hands, and he could handle those punts.
Well, it looks like Brian is following then in his brother's footsteps, at least. Homewood takes over now. Ball on their own, where they got it set, 22-yard line.
For halftime.
We're back after an official change of videotapes here and after an official timeout. Looks like they are taking another timeout.
I got some people who are going to buy me a Coca-Cola and hot dog at halftime. I can't wait.
Is this another one of the rest periods?
Mandatory rest period.
Mandatory rest period. Timeout on the officials. It's
The boys in the trucks talk to the boys in the booth.
That's right.
Don't forget about the Homewood Patriot Marching Band at halftime. Homewood Band will be going to Macy's again this year.
Pat Morrow turns out another winning group.
Well, I'll tell you, if you're in the Homewood Patriot Band, you are a winner because that's the commitment, and they've been practicing hard since midsummer. And I know my daughter was in the band 4 years, a Star Spangled Girl, and she enjoyed it tremendously, and it's a great experience.
Awfully hard work, isn't it?
For a lot of kids.
Well, Robert Davis, Jay Robertson brings him up to the line.
Homewood splits the backs. Jay back to throw. Oh, it's tipped by number 8 for Sylacauga. That's Threet. That was 6 points if he hadn't tipped it away. Robert was breaking to the open.
Nice pass by Jay, though. Nice
Great pass.
Right on his hands.
Threet just got his fingertip on it and knocked it away. 3 minutes, 28 seconds to go. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the Homewood 22-yard line. All right, we'll split Waylon and Brian Greer. And Alexander Zane Adamson wide to the right. Give to Robert. Robert breaks free for about 6 yards. Tremendous blocking in there, but time by Chris Cowan, Steve Carpenter, and the other guard, Mark Skoll, I believe.
Maurice Campbell on the stop for Sylacauga that time. Sylacauga still in a 4-4 defensive front. I still don't think they have very much respect for the passing program at Homewood, but here comes Jay with another one.
Intercepted.
Intercepted by 3.
Well, Threet was just floating around in the air. The pass was to Dwight Whalen, and it was a little bit underthrown, and Sylacauga takes over, 2:46 to go. Those turnovers kill you.
Yeah, 2 passes in a row, Wayne. Threet with his hands on both of them, once for the interception.
Okay, Homewood's got to pull the ox out of the ditch again.
Yeah, time to buckle the chin straps here as Sylacauga takes over, moving from Homewood's 35. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the first half.
It's a typical Homewood Sylacauga ball game. All right, he's got one back in the backfield. He pitches to him. That's Averett. Evan Skipper came up and tripped him up. Scott Hogue finished him off at the 30-yard line.
Reeves on the tackle as well.
Evan made a great play.
Again, forcing the ball.
On the stop.
Okay, clock running with 2:22 to go. 3rd down, about 5 from the Homewood 30. I see.
Have they not changed the down marker, or is it 2nd down?
It is 2nd down. Reed back to throw. Good pressure. He lets it go.
What a backfield flag.
Pass is incomplete out of bounds.
Intentionally
could
grounded.
Possibly be intentional grounding.
Well,
could also be roughing the passer.
looks like
Sylacauga moving backward.
Our guys are happy about. Oh, holding. That Tom's great with those hand signals. I'm telling you. I thought Tom was fighting mosquitoes up here, and he's trying to give me a signal.
We're not seeing a clipping penalty. Guys, we're 0 for 4 in the booth up here, in the non-booth.
Well, we got a spotter up here who...
right the other way. They didn't see what I saw.
We got a spotter who we're going to have to give him another position, another job in the second half, looks like.
Wayne, how's it going?
Doing good. All right. 3rd
we
down.
We have a clipping penalty, so let's set the play here. 2nd and 30 for the Sylacauga Aggies. Moving now from their own 45. 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the half.
Scott Hogue.
It'll be interesting to see if we don't get a penalty there. I believe we have a legal procedure, so that one's coming back.
That man did not want to come down. Clyde's saying it's going to come back.
Clock stops again with 1:53 remaining. You know, Wayne, while they're bringing this back and discussing the penalty, you've got to think that if you're the Homewood coaching squad, you're going to go into that locker room at the halftime extremely pleased with the adjustments, particularly the defense has made. You've got to also think if you're on the Sylacauga bench right now, you're going to go in and talk about, fellas, we're supposed to have done better than this at this point. Where's it going wrong? I think that the mental momentum, at least at this point, certainly with the Homewood Patriots, to be scrabbling for a 7-7 tie at this point.
Well, the coaches made some adjustments in that second quarter, early second quarter has paid off. I don't think we've done bad, you know, for first game. We made maybe some mental mistakes. We got Jay to start rolling out on the pass play, which helped a little bit, get away from that pressure. But
well, the changes in the defense and the combination of the offensive variations that they've played have really made a difference.
Reed scrambles about 5 yards. It's going to bring up fourth down. We had
on the tackle that time.
Scott Hogue, meaner than the junkyard dog.
You're going to see a lot of number 8 this year.
Scott's all over the field here tonight.
He plays that cornerback position, but most of the time comes up as a linebacker.
All right.
Call it 3rd and 31 at this point. Clock running with 1:08 left in the half from Sylacauga. Two excellent band presentations coming up at the half point.
Draw.
Give to Avery.
Avery gets about 7. He's brought down by Damon Southward.
Southward on the stop.
Barry, I remember about 3 years ago, the year Homewood went to the state championship game, we got timeout for the Patriots to stop the clock with 52 seconds. I remember on this field a big play right before halftime, which seemed like it kind of turned Homewood's season around. John Durr on an end around threw a pass deep to can't remember who the
wide receiver.
Bobby Greer, for about 60 yards, and Homewood went into the dressing room, fired up at halftime, and from that point on, it seemed like everything went right for Homewood the rest of the year, and they ended up in the state championship game. So I would love to see us set the tone here tonight.
It would be good to have history repeat itself.
Yeah. All right, fourth down, Homewood's going to make Sylacauga punt the ball, and I feel like you'll see a big rush this time. You know, Jay Roach is capable of taking the team down the field with, 45 seconds to go.
You know, as we watched Wednesday afternoon, they've got a 2-minute drill.
Jackson knows
know exactly what they're going to do.
Greer and Davis deep.
Ryan Greer and Robert Davis. We got a 9-man front. Ryan's going to take it. Ryan down the sideline. Brian's struggling, trying to get out of bounds, and he does, and stops the clock.
42 seconds now.
Homewood in great shape. 10 seconds elapsed.
Number 56, Jody Brooks.
Greer returns to the 44.
Couldn't block it on a return that time.
Well, Homewood takes over on its own 44. 42 seconds remaining.
Okay, Dwight Whalen out of the game. We got Brian Greer and Elvin Skipper and Robert
Davis.
Robert set out to this side. Jay in trouble.
You get the feeling they knew what was coming.
Dropped on the play.
Maurice Campbell on the stop for Sylacauga.
25 seconds to go.
Stevenson Campbell on the stop.
Looks like that may be the last play of the quarter. Last play of the half. Homewood has not played bad the first half. We're in this ball game. It's still anyone's game. Don't forget to catch the Homewood Patriot Marching Band at halftime.
Time runs out of the first half. 7-7, Homewood and Sylacauga knotted up in Sylacauga in this first Homewood Patriots game. We'll be back with halftime activities in just a moment. You're watching Homewood Patriot football.
My brother's friend Rick wanted to do something special for him for his birthday. He bought him some crack. Maybe it was bad stuff. Maybe they just couldn't handle it. That was 2 years ago. Today. Sometimes I think Rick was a lucky one. He died. Happy birthday, buddy.
now feature the Homewood Percussion Ensemble with State of Shock. And now, center stage with the Star-Spangled Girls and the music, Land of 1,000 Dances.
We had one punt for 31 yards. Sylacauga had 5 first downs. They ran the ball 25 times for 118 yards. Attempted one pass for 7 yards, which was completed. Total yards of 123. Sylacauga was penalized 4 times for 50 yards. Had 2 punts for a net of 36.
Interesting story in the first half. Sylacauga with double the total offense of Homewood, and yet the score is tied 7-7 here as we welcome Fred Morris into the non-booth. Fred, your observations on that first half?
Well, Barry, it seemed as though Sylacauga got off the line quickly, came out, and basically got a lot of their offense in the first quarter, or the first part of the second quarter.
Absolutely, first couple of possessions, as a matter of fact.
Exactly. As the game grew longer, Homewood got stronger, and Sylacauga's game plan sort of let them down.
Robert Davis deep for the Patriots, and it looks like we're going to take the ball to 8. That was number 7, Michael Andrzejewski returns for the Patriots.
Stop made by Conville, DJ Conville for Sylacauga. It's going to be interesting to see how Sylacauga adjusts their offensive and defensive plan.
Absolutely, they were relying to a large extent on those large interior linemen in the first half. And as the half grew longer, those interior linemen for Sylacauga began to become less and less a factor in the game. Homewood's linemen held their own as the game went on.
Andrzejewski's return to the 28-yard line, 27-yard line, 15-yard return for Michael. Robert trying to get outside. Robert fights for about 6 yards, and he takes it up to the 33-yard line.
Alcindor Dark makes the stop for Sylacauga.
All right, good blocking on the right side over there by Rebels and Steve Carpenter. Chris Cowan over the ball. We're in the I formation. Kenneth Evans at fullback, Robert Davis at tail. We got Dwight Whalen split to the near side. Inside, almost a great catch by Dwight.
It's a pretty consistent wide receivers pattern they've got with Whalen to split to the left side and Brian Greer out to the right side.
All right, looks like Coach Newton's going to open up the offense a little bit here.
It's a good formation to do just that. You can run so many different things. You can run the pitch to Robert Davis. You can run the bootleg pass, which they were fond of in the first half, even though they didn't complete very many passes.
Important down for the Patriots. 3rd and about 5. Jay gives by to Robert. Robert is across the 38-yard line for a first down.
Stop made by Perry Davison.
50 seconds to go in the game. Robert's knocked down at the 42.
Jeff Washington, big inside defensive tackle on the stop.
Barry, I'm with you. I'm not sure why they don't pitch the ball to Robert Davis and let him use up time running wide and stay in bounds if they're going to do that. He has little chance of success at this point.
And continuing to wear down those Sylacauga linemen, those big Sylacauga linemen. Well, 3rd and 14 now, is it? 3:24, 3:23, the clock continues. Quarter action here from Sylacauga as Robert Davis brings him up to the line again.
Well, Sylacauga's been in our backfield all night.
Threet on the stop, assisted by Stevens. Chris Stevens, number 32 in front. 2:52 remaining now. Patriots will punt it away.
Well, we did run wide that time.
We certainly did and used up some time.
West Stevens again to snap it back.
I wish we could tell you how many timeouts Sylacauga has. We'll just have to kind of play by ear.
Didn't I recall them using 1 timeout?
Tom says they got 2 left.
2 left.
And Homewood takes the timeout here. I think we had a missing link in the chain there.
Not having enough men on the field.
Don't forget, Homewood Patriots will be at Mountain Brook to play the Spartans next Friday night. We hope everyone will be there. 7:30 kickoff.
We hope you're going to be there.
I can't promise I'll be there Friday night.
But there'll be someone there. We may even get a place in the booth.
Indoors?
And we may have a place indoors. You can never tell, though. We're just thankful it didn't rain tonight, isn't that right?
Barry, I thought the Homewood Patriot Band did a great job again tonight.
They look absolutely great. And you know something that strikes me, you mentioned that, the band, the football team, the way they've come together, this does not look like the first game of the season.
Not at all.
They look like they've been playing at it for a while. The band looks like they've been working at it for a while. You know from experience, they do 2-a-days just like the football team does. It's really been an enjoyable evening of football, and I think our team and our whole school effort has just been great tonight.
I thought your daughter and the rest of the Star Spangled Girls looked tremendous.
No one works harder, I'll tell you that. Well, Homewood's ready now. They're facing 4th and a mile. They will kick it away with 2:31 remaining.
We got 3 deep for Sylacauga. Jay standing on his 20-yard line. Good snap. Threet's going to take it.
Great tackle by 51. Dusty Smith
takes the returner down at the 45-yard line.
Absolutely great tackle. Open field tackle around the knees, just the way you're supposed to do it.
That was a good open field tackle by Dusty Smith. It was also good coverage by the other members of the coverage team. Dusty Smith went in for the kill. The other members were in their lanes and cut off any type of end action or cutback by the Sylacauga return men. Good overall play.
Well, Sylacauga has great field position now and some time to operate, but the clock moves with 2:13, 2:12 now.
All right, Reed's got him up. Reed gives to his fullback. He gains a couple, and that's it. Homewood 2 minutes away from the victory.
Hammaker on the stop. Assisted by Eugene Oliver.
Blocking the 8th Street parking lot.
You know, you asked us 45 Homewood Patriot players what they like about football. I'm sure the first thing they tell you is winning.
You better move that number, they're going to start away.
If we can shut them down here with 1:38 to go, we'll have one in the win column. Lee, back to throw.
Back looking long.
Flint, all over him.
Homewood interception.
Damon Southwood.
Well, if there was a clutch interception, a clutch play, that I think is it.
give credit to Michael Flint. He was rushing the quarterback with his hands in his arm like he's supposed to do, with his arms in the air like he's supposed to do.
They had a gang of 3 rushing that quarterback, and that's what made the difference. Well, Wayne, 1:28 remaining in the game now. Homewood takes possession at their own 47.
All right, the clock starts. The clock starts. We'll have to snap it about 3 times, and I believe that'll be it.
We'll take absolutely the longest count that we possibly can on each of these. Jay gives to Bobby.
Robert Davis struggling to the 50-yard line.
DJ Conville on the stop. Davis using both hands on the football that time.
Robert gets about 4. Timeout, Sylacauga. 56 seconds to play. Well, what I saw...
Sylacauga will wisely use all of its timeouts now in this last minute.
What I saw here tonight was Sylacauga kind of dominated the first quarter. Our coaches made some adjustments. Again, coaches made some adjustments in the first quarter, and defense got more aggressive, I think. Offense gained confidence as the game went on.
I think the whole team just got more confident. The first quarter, we can chalk up the first game jitters.
Sure.
Sylacauga came out, their home field, their home crowd, for the most part, even though Homewood brought a very good crowd, Homewood came out nervous, and it showed in the first quarter. They got their feet on the ground. Their coaches got them under control again. Got them pointed all in the same direction, and it started to show in the second quarter. They put together some good drives, got a great run by Robert Davis, and it showed for the rest of the way. Fred,
well, they bring it up to the line now, facing 2nd and 7. 56 seconds when the clock starts on the snap of the football.
Robert gives to Kenneth Evans up the middle for a couple, and it's going to be 3rd down, about 6, but more importantly, the clock's down to 47 seconds.
Jeff Washington with another tackle, part of Sylacauga.
Let's mention our sponsors. We won't call them, we won't name them tonight, but we want to ask everyone to please patronize these sponsors and give them their support, because they've done their part in supporting the Homewood Patriots this year.
Absolutely, and they are what makes this telecast possible, and we're thankful and grateful to them. 20 seconds now, the clock moving.
Robert Davis off tackle.
Under less than 10 seconds now.
All right, Coach Gann's going to take the Patriots home with a victory.
Looks like it is. 2 seconds. 1. There it is, Wayne. Absolutely great victory.
It's a great way to start the year.
Final score from Sylacauga now. It's 14-13. Homewood over the Sylacauga Aggies. We'll be back for some final game comments right after these messages. You're watching Homewood Patriot Football. Clearly a different indication on the part of the Homewood coaching staff that they're going to mix this offense up.
That was a very good drive on behalf of the Homewood offense. They Sylacauga did not see the motion play on the touchdown. Also,
West State kicks it down. He's out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Homewood had Henry Walburn, Tamara Saber, Scott Hogue, Dwight Whalen, all of them down there on the kick.
Make it the 19.
I think West deliberately kicked the ball away from Avery at that time. He can kick the ball deeper than that, but I think we're smart to kick it to a certain spot on the field on the kickoff. Homewood still in the 4-4. give to the fullback, Dusty Smith and Scott Hogue again.
Dusty Smith and Scott Hogue in on that tackle, and Homewood was in the Tony Reed's face almost as soon as he had the ball in his hands that time.
Exactly.
Great penetration on the part of the defensive front.
That was an odd play. He made the right choice because they would have nailed him on the spot. Those large Sylacauga offensive linemen don't seem to be a factor at this point.
Okay. Sylacauga with a pitch. Avery's outside.
Hogue on the stop.
Avery carries.
Scott Hogue again. And you know, Barry, I always get in trouble, and Fred, I always get in trouble when I try and get too technical, but looks like Homewood's defensive lineman is a little bit different than the first half. Looks like we put those outside linebackers a little bit up closer to the line, and I think Sylacauga's going to have trouble contending with our corners this half.
Well, the corners are forcing harder now than they did at the beginning of the game. Sylacauga's trying to get outside, and evidenced by that play, they double team the outside backer. And they did make it to the outside, but with that corner forcing hard, there was nowhere to go.
Reed's in trouble. Damon takes him down at the 25. Great play. Dusty Smith, I don't know what you call it, a blitz, but came from his outside linebacker spot and went directly for the tailback. Damon took the quarterback, and Dusty did a great job taking out the pitchman.
Reed carries.
Good defense by Homewood.
Here's they're changing that up. The Homewood defense is changing up their calls. They're at one point they're going to force that quarterback to keep the ball, and on other plays they're going to force him to pitch it straight at him as they did that time.
Well, what that means is 4th and 4, and Sylacauga's going to punt that ball.
We got whistle. We got Homewood with a timeout.
Timeout on the Patriots.
Well, I don't understand that. We did have 11 men on the field.
From the field position, they could be setting up a return.
I'm sure Coach Gann's not going to like wasting time out like that early in the second half. But we're in good position now to if we can come back with a good drive here and get some points on the board. I'm sure Coach Gann's going to feel better about his chances of winning his 62nd game, I believe, in his head coaching career.
How many years has Coach Gann been at Homewood, Wayne? You know what year he first came?
Coach has been with us 11 years.
Is that right? 79?
Maybe 12 years, Barry.
79, 78?
Came to us from Barry, where he coached under Coach Finley. Sylacauga will snap the ball from the 25. We got Robert Davis and Brian Greer deep. Looks like Brian's going to back off, gets a Homewood bounce, and we're going to have about a 20-yard punt. Another big break for Homewood.
Homewood takes over inside Sylacauga territory. Absolutely excellent field position with 6:22 remaining in the third quarter. Looks like they'll work from about the Sylacauga 46-yard line.
Mid-quarter break.
Okay, referee's timeout.
Sure would be interesting to know later what the coach wanted to tell that team. It was awfully important to stop the play.
Well, from watching them on the field and watching the coach, and then watching the play as it occurred, they were trying to set up the wall to the Homewood side of the field. Just the way Damon Southwood was talking to the lineman as the center prepared to snap the ball. He was backing some men off the line of scrimmage, putting others up forward. As the ball was snapped, they didn't try to rush from the interior line. They made contact and
dropped.
Each one dropped off and started to peel off to the Homewood side of the field.
So with that potential for field position, that he needed that wall, that return to the right side of the Homewood side, exactly. And it was important enough to him that he stopped the play.
Well, with the field position they had at the time, it was a no-lose situation for Homewood. If it's a bad kick, which is what it was, they're going to take possession on the Sylacauga 46. If it was a good one, and they did get the catch, Robert Davis got a good kick, got a clean catch, and got to the wall, he would have made it to at least midfield or better. So that's the best of both worlds for the coaching staff. And they didn't really know if they'd have that situation again. They didn't use all their timeouts in the first half, which unfortunately is a problem. A lot of coaches do. They save them up, and then it comes to a minute left in the half, and they've got 3 timeouts. What do you do? So if you blow a 1-1 right now, it really doesn't hurt you until you see what you have in the fourth quarter.
The ball at the 8:46.
Okay, Homewood first and 10. 6 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the third period. Jay Roberson brings him up to the line. Homewood band in the background. Looks like Sylacauga stacking their defense up close to the line now. Robert goes outside. Robert shakes the tackler. He's down to about the 40 and knocked out of bounds hard.
Flag down, yes.
Well,
flags in the Homewood backfield. Freak was on the stop that time.
Referee dropped the laundry, and we'll have to see what the problem is. It looks like it's going to go against Homewood. Great run, negated with this penalty. Sophomore Michael Andrzejewski checks in for Dwight Whalen.
Holding the call.
Holding, that's 10 yards.
10 yards step off.
The first down and 20. You know, Homewood's blessed with a lot of receivers this year. We relied heavily on Jeff Hand last year on the big pass plays and a lot of big plays. Defense and offense, Jeff Hand was the man. We've got a lot of young sophomores coming on. We're blessed this year, it seems like, more with good receivers than we have been in the last couple of years. And Jeski, short side, pass goes to Brian Greer.
Complete. Flat to Brian Greer.
Pass complete.
Gain of about 8.
Stopped by Alcindor Dark for Sylacauga.
Receiving in. Second down, 17.
Change of
Dark on the stop.
Series with an off-tackle play to take advantage of Sylacauga stacking the middle. Sylacauga may be thinking they're going to do that if they get them with a slant pass.
Well, that's the first thing that's going to do is drop those linebackers back a step or two.
Exactly.
Second and 17 now.
Keep the ball, Jay. Get out of bounds, Jay. Jay goes out about to 39.
Robinson out of bounds.
Close to the 40. And
41-yard line.
Heads up play by Jay Roberson.
Street knocks him out of bounds.
That'll back those cornerbacks up too.
Okay, Homewood loosening up that defense a little
Third
bit
down
now.
about
Glad to see him throwing on first down. I'm glad to see Jay get outside like that. And it looks like, Fred, you're right. Sylacauga seems to be tiring, and this could be come down to the best conditioned team winning.
Exactly. Well, with these temperatures, the best conditioned team and the team that doesn't have to stay on the field the longest. In this case, Sylacauga, their defense has been on the field quite a bit from the second quarter on.
Andrzejewski in motion. Give to Robert. Robert drives to the 35-yard line. And we're going to have...
Stopped by Maurice Gamble for Sylacauga.
Measurement problem. No, excuse me. First down.
David carries for the first.
Sylacauga doesn't know what Homewood's going to throw at. Power football,
well, you know,
down in 5, and a power play up the middle for 6 yards.
You know, we remarked earlier in the game the tremendous weight advantage that Sylacauga brings into this game, but early in the season, when conditioning may still not be at its peak, weight after a long time on the field can be a disadvantage to a team as well.
The Sylacauga defense is getting up slower and slower after every play.
Give to Kenneth.
Kenneth Evans, good running to the 30-yard line. Good running.
What I liked about that last series of play, Homewood got 20 yards in 3 plays, and Robert Davis only handled the ball 1 time. So.
Diversity. Well, the clock continues to run with just under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter now. Homewood's looking at a 2nd and 5. Moving the ball very effectively simply by mixing up that offense.
They don't appear, their offensive line don't appear to be really blocking those larger Sylacauga Aggies out of the way. They're more screening them and using the quickness of Kenneth Evans and Robert Davis to go past them.
Andrzejewski in motion. Jay, back to throw. He goes deep.
He threw it away. Wisely threw that one away.
We got another flag down.
We also may have a Sylacauga player injured on the play. He's down, and I can't get a spot on his number.
Looks like he just fell wrong.
Well, the clock has stopped, I guess, for an official's timeout while they attend to the injured player who is down around the 10-yard line.
We're glad to have Torrey Robbins come by. Torrey now playing at Sanford, the former Homewood Patriot star.
Step in the car, 15 yards to step up against the pass.
Torrey would be signing autographs after the game, but he's got a broken collarbone he sustained in football practice at Sanford a couple weeks ago.
An injured player who's now up and returning off the field on his own power is Michael Dark, number 4. He's been a key defensive player in the Sylacauga defense.
Okay, Andrew Jeske goes out, Wayland back in.
Well, Homewood really backed up on that one because of the penalty. Makes it 2nd and 22 now. Still moving in their own territory from their the Sylacauga territory from the Sylacauga 47.
All right, we got Skipper out wide to the right, Brian Greer out to the left. 2nd down. 2nd and 20. Gives to Robert. Robert breaks loose. He's down to the 34-yard line.
Conville, the stop by Sylacauga, DJ Conville.
Robert gets 10 on the play. We got 3rd and 10 coming up. Robert went off tackle. The blocking scheme was beautiful that time. He just had to give him time to set it up.
The quickness, the difference in the
We may
quickness
get a
between Homewood and Sylacauga right now is very evident. Robert Davis that time ran past the Sylacauga defensive lineman. I don't believe they could tackle him if they hit him.
Jay, back pass. It's complete, and it's going to be close to a 1st down.
Looks as though they might have spotted it just short. Depends on that right foot.
Spot comes inside the line, so it will be a 4th down situation, and we may see an attempt at a field goal for the first time.
I don't think there's any decision to be made.
Robertson's looking to the sidelines.
The way they've been chalking up yardage right now, up the middle and off tackle, I don't think there's a decision to be made. I think Robert Davis anywhere he wants to go.
Homewood's looking for some points, and I think you're right, Fred. Here we go, 4th and inches. Big play. Kenneth, 1st down. Kenneth gets about 4.
And that was my 2nd choice.
The line came off the ball beautifully that time. Kenneth just punched it outside. 1st and 10, Homewood from the Aggie 22-yard line.
Ball at the 22.
Stop made by DJ Conville of Sylacauga. Conville's in on a tremendous net. Also Maurice Gamble in on just about every Sylacauga play as we look at a beautiful September moon here in Sylacauga.
Chris Lusko, Jonathan Hammaker, on the left side of the line, blew him off the ball that time. Robert, outside. Robert goes down after about 3.
Russell Jackson on the stop, Sylacauga.
Well, Homewood.
Another Sylacauga player down on the field. That stops the clock with 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. Again, Homewood leading 14-7.
It's been a different ball game this half.
Absolutely been a different ball game. And in fact, that momentum turned at the end of the 1st half, as you'll recall, when Homewood went up, tied the game. Appears to be maybe number 6. Is that Cedric Gaffney? We're going to have to get a better look at it here.
Gaffney, the injured Aggie on the
right knee right now. Looks as though he might have an injured knee. We hope not.
We love that shot of the moon in September. Not quite a harvest moon, but that's a pretty shot. It's a gorgeous night, as long as you're not playing football, I guess, right?
do you mean, Barry? It's a great night for football.
Well, as long as you're not playing.
Well, I'm sure the Homewood fans are feeling pretty confident right now. I don't think the Homewood coaches.
It was number 6, Wayne, Cedric Gaffney, the injured Sylacauga player, but he's up on his own power and he's coming off the field.
That's good to see.
Good to see him walking like that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's all right. There you see the Patriot crowd. And I think what Homewood wants to do is get some points on the board, get the ball back, and run some clock.
No question about it.
Okay, second down, about 8. Homewood, the 20-yard line. Oh, incomplete. Broken up by Freet, number 8.
Freet breaks up.
Nice play by Freet. He's been making several plays. Several plays right in the defensive back.
Third down 9.
Jay had good touch on that ball. Jay can zip it when he needs to, and he put touch on it when he needs to. Third and long. Let's say 8 yards to go. Dwight Whalen checks back in. Looks like we're going to have one tight end, and we got Brian Greer going to the right, Skipper and Whalen to the near side. We're in the I backfield. Sylacauga calls time.
Time is out, further argued.
Well, 2:15 remaining in the quarter now. Sylacauga wants to think about it.
Let's talk about Mountain Brook a little bit. We got Mountain Brook next Friday night.
At Mountain Brook, as I recall.
Correct. Mountain Brook lost to Vestavia last night. Vestavia's got an excellent ball club. We're going to have to play them later in the year, too.
Play Vestavia in October, first weekend in October.
Mountain Brook's not going to be in a very hospitable mood when we go to Mountain Brook next Friday night. Mountain Brook's led by young Patrick Sullivan, and Mountain Brook will be tough. We play about 4 6A schools this year, including Mountain Brook. Very tough schedule, Barry.
Of course, they're followed up by Thompson, and that's a game away. So the first 3 games Homewood will play this year are away: Sylacauga, Mountain Brook, and then Thompson.
September the 28th, Homewood comes home for their home opener with Irwin, Fred's old school.
And then we bring Vestavia Hills into Waldrop Stadium on the following weekend.
We catch Fairfield at Fairfield, Oxford at home for homecoming. Then we finish up the year with a Region 9 schedule, McAdory, Midfield, and John Carroll.
Yeah, that's good that the Region 9 games are down at the tail end of the season. But that sure means we've got the tough ones up top.
Also want to remind the Patriot supporters about freshman football. They will open up September 13th home against Mountain Brook Spartans.
Here's your 3rd and 9 play. Jay's going to the air. They caught him.
Radisson sacked on the play.
Okay. Jay goes down. He could have put that ball up for grabs, but he wisely chose to hold on to it. Ball's going to be spotted at the 26-yard line.
4th down, 15.
Wayne, what about that kicking? Could we see a field goal from this far?
Well, we watched Wes Steed in practice the other day kicking 35-yard field goals. It appears they're going to...
I'm surprised Wes is not on the field now, but I think the coaches think they can take advantage of Sylacauga here on something. 4th and about 15. Give the ball to Robert. Sylacauga takes over.
Stop made by Brian Reese for Sylacauga.
I think if it'd been later in the game, we would probably seen West attempt about a 40-yard field goal there. He's very capable.
I've got to be honest, I'm surprised by that call. After the offensive series they had prior to this one, and so they played I'm surprised by that call.
Homewood coaches saw something they thought they could exploit there. Just didn't work out.
Perhaps they thought they could burst through the seam or find the seam and just...
1st and 10, Sylacauga. Reed back to throw. Good coverage by Homewood. Incomplete. Scott Hogue was kind of in no man's land there. He was covering two guys, and fortunately the quarterback just overshot Everett.
Absolutely.
Just off his fingertips.
Ball was intended for Everett, but you're right. Scott was between two, a primary and a secondary receiver, and it was tough for him to decide which way that ball was going until it was in midair.
One of the problems with the zone defense, as the deep man went deep, the deep corner went with him, drifted to the center, the middle of his zone. The short man didn't fall back quite as far. If the ball was on target, he'd still be running.
Absolutely. And Everett, of course, has the speed. He's the speed merchant.
Reminds you a lot of Dexter Carter, Florida State last year.
Well, let's don't talk about Florida State. Reed outside. Eugene Oliver comes up and sticks him.
Reed on a carry.
Along with Dusty Smith.
Absolutely great pursuit by Oliver and Smith that time.
Dusty gets up limping a little bit, but he's tough.
Oliver Smith makes the stop.
Okay, 3rd and 10.
Need to remember to set the time clock for everybody. We've got about 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter now, and it is 3rd and 10. Sylacauga moving in their own territory from the 27.
Look for Reed to get outside here. 62 yards. 62 yards by Alexander Dark.
It was Dark.
Alcindor Dark.
Alcindor Dark.
62 yards. A little confusion in the Homewood secondary that time. I tell you what, you can't coach speed. Great play.
An absolutely key play in this game. An absolutely key play.
Great play by Eric Rebels. And then we see a flag. Let's find out what that's about. The Sylacauga band grabbed Eric by the shoulder pads and threw him down on the play because he could see he couldn't catch the ball and Eric had a chance to catch it. But evidently the referee didn't like the finger pointing. I believe we're going to see a penalty on the kickoff.
Well, the key thing about that is that the penalty does not affect the score that's on the scoreboard right now, which is 14-13 in Homewood's favor, and that is possibly the key play of the game.
I can tell you Coach Gann won't like that call.
One thing every coach will tell you is special teams will make you or break you, and this is a classic example of a special team breakdown at the wrong moment.
Absolutely.
That center's probably practiced that snap since August 1, and then they really needed it, but it did not come. He'll be practicing now till December 1.
He probably will. Well, with 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter, once again, your score from Sylacauga is Homewood 14, Sylacauga 13.
Well, man, you know that I'm not partial at all, but I thought it was a pretty tacky call. I mean, Eric made a great play, just showing some enthusiasm there, and the referee took offense to it. I thought it was pretty tacky. Of course, I am completely unbiased.
Well, and we recognize that going in.
Sylacauga will kick from the Homewood 45. Look for something in the air, high. Robert's gonna let it go through the end zone.
Mistake there on the part of Sylacauga. A lot of teams will do just that. When they get a 15-yard penalty on the kickoff, they'll blast it right out of the end zone. Whereas if the squib kick, the odds of returning and getting it back past the 20-yard line aren't very good because your cover people don't have to run as far. Well, guys are taking notes. Do just that next time with a 15-yard penalty.
All right, Homewood dodges a bullet.
We'll run one play in this final 18 seconds of the third quarter, and then we'll turn it around and go the other way.
Kenneth Evans stopped after about a 2-yard gain.
Chris Stevenson in on the stop. And we'll count it down in the third quarter. Well, a dramatic ending to the third quarter with the missed extra point by Sylacauga. Score is 14-13 here in Sylacauga. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors. You're watching Homewood Patriots football.
First year, no fee, no fee.
What could be better than Central Bank's $1.83 checking account?
No fee.
It's so convenient, simplified, and money-saving. And for a limited time, there's just one thing better than Central's $1.83 checking.
First year, no fee.
You pay no monthly service charge the first year, then just $1.83 per month. Get it now at Central.
First year, no fee.
Ask for it by number.
So, when was the last time you were screened for cancer?
I don't think I've ever been screened for cancer.
And why not?
Never had the time.
It only takes 2 hours at Princeton's new cancer screening center.
Never had the money.
It only costs $48.
I never had a reason.
Right, because it always happens to the other guy.
Guess I don't have an excuse.
I guess not.
These days, there's no reason not to get screened for cancer. Call us for an appointment.
It's Piggly Wiggly food stores for quality foods, friendly service, and fair prices. You'll find a wide selection of the freshest seasonal produce brought in daily, and the finest heavy Western USDA choice beef, and of course, plump, fresh-cut chickens never frozen. And Piggly Wiggly serves hot, fresh deli foods of the finest quality served up daily, the next best thing to home cooking. And Piggly Wiggly food stores are proud of our friendly people serving your needs in Mountain Brook, Homewood, and Southside. It's Piggly Wiggly, the finest food stores around.
Before I learned about lending money, I learned about respect. I grew up in a large family of 6 children, and my parents always tried to instill in us the importance of treating every person the way we'd like to be treated ourselves. I know what it's like to borrow money because bankers are just like anybody else. We're humans too. Whenever a customer comes in to see me, I treat them like I'd like to be treated myself. When you come into AmSouth to borrow money, you're doing us a favor, and we appreciate it.
And Sylacauga 13. Wayne, Fred, it's been an incredible 3 quarters of first season football.
Momentum one way, momentum back the other. Now it appears to be with Sylacauga. They've got Homewood backed up now on their own 21-yard line. And this now is the time for Homewood to put together a sustained drive of some kind, if only to punt from midfield deep into Sylacauga territory.
First and 10 from the Homewood 20. Fumble. Robert picks it up. Big loss on the play. I couldn't tell if it was a bad pitch or if the guy's shoulder pad hit the ball. Anyway, misfortune for Homewood.
By the quarterback.
That was a big play. Win a dogfight here. Homewood 14, the Aggies 13.
One of the few things Homewood didn't need to have was a mistake like that. A mistake that backs them up even further.
Well, Homewood has the ball.
That's important.
With 3rd and 21. And we're going to struggle just for field position at this point, I would think.
All right. Jay gives the ball to Robert. Nothing there. And we got 4th down coming up. Looks like I missed a play somewhere. That's unusual. I never do that.
Stopped by Cedric Gaffney for Sylacauga.
Homewood's going to punt it away. 10 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the ball game.
The band boosters have put their hamburgers on sale, 50 cents each. 50 cents. Get you a sack full of them, carry home after the game.
Snapped by West Steve from the 9-yard line. Jay standing in the end zone.
Robinson in front formation.
Good snap. Low kick.
Low kick.
Good bounce. Good roll. Beautiful kick by Jay.
From his own end zone now to the Sylacauga 48. Excellent kick.
How about a 49-yard punt? Excuse me.
It was a break for the Homewood Patriots, and that there was no return in. Probably would have gained 10 yards for Sylacauga. It's a break for Homewood. Now their defense can sustain the type of momentum and motivation they had in the first half, shutting down those inside Sylacauga dive and closing down the outside plays to a great extent. Homewood should be all right.
44-yard punt for Jay Roberson. First and 10, Sylacauga.
Give to Johnson through the middle, nowhere.
Lee Thompson, number 48.
That's the type of play that'll fire up an offense even when they're standing on the sideline.
Great stick. He gained 0. Okay, man, everybody knows what a Patriot is. After this play, I want y'all to tell me what an Aggie is. Gonna be second down 10 from the Sylacauga 48-yard line.
All I can tell you, Wayne, is they have them in Texas too.
Homewood,
How about Scott Hogue? How about pressure from Scott Hogue, number 8, coming in from that right side?
Scott Hogue, Lee Thompson, Damon Southwood, all over him like a loose suit.
Two major league plays by the Homewood defense just when you needed it the most.
That's that turn of momentum that you've been talking about.
Exactly. That defense had to stand up and assert itself, or reassert itself. Sylacauga had the momentum, had the plays, has the size, but that Homewood defense would not be denied. They stood up and said, bring it on, bring it to us.
Homewood's dominated since the first quarter, and we lead 14-13 with 8:40 to go in the game.
Blitz up the middle.
Screen, Avery.
Read
taken down by
well.
Damon.
Damon Southward on that.
Please don't hurt him. A blitz by Homewood linebackers. Damon was Johnny on the spot, took the man down just like he's supposed to.
Avery was in the flat.
Avery received the screen pass, dropped to the ball.
And we got a flag down.
So a flag down right at midfield.
Could be illegal receiver downfield. It's happened sometimes on screen passes.
Flag's down on the play. Waved off.
Okay.
Interesting play that time. Homewood came with the blitz. Sylacauga answered correctly with a screen pass. Damon answered again with a perfect play to defeat the screen pass. And a good series for the Homewood defense.
Excellent punt.
Brian Greer lets it roll.
Lets it roll. Looks like they'll blow it in at around the 19.
Correct.
So nothing lost on that exchange. If anything, Homewood gains about 10 yards in field position.
And a whole truckload of momentum.
And a lot of momentum, absolutely right, Brett. You know, I wish I had spotted on that play where Damon made the stick on the right side who it was that came through the middle of that line to pressure the quarterback into the screen pass, and I just missed it. But
Lee Thompson on
was
the
it
blitz.
Lee on the blitz?
He was going so fast it was hard to tell who it was. I don't believe he was even touched by Sylacauga.
He was a blur coming through there.
Well, looks like they're going to bring it back, make them punt it again. It was fourth down at about 25, and evidently offsides. Referee steps off 5 yards.
It shows us an illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure called against the Aggies.
It's good. Make them punt it again. Sylacauga would have to get to the Homewood 43 for a first down.
So it brings up, what, 4th and 22 now?
Well, I didn't bring my calculator, Barry.
I'm trusting the guys who are working the scoreboard that you can't see.
They're going to snap the ball from the 35-yard line. Big rush by Homewood.
Be able to return this one.
Brian's going to take it. Brian's down the sideline.
Great block by Robert Davis out in front of him that time. Good return by Brian Greer.
Homewood almost got the wall set up.
Greer return.
Stopped by David Perkins, number 55 for Sylacauga.
And here come the offensive horses for the Patriots. 8 minutes, 7 seconds to go. Don't look for Homewood to be throwing the ball around too much here. They're going to be snapping it from the 45. What a great way to start the year.
It's been a great game. A lot of support from the fans.
Homewood in the eye. Handoff, Robert Davis, Robert left side. Nothing there.
I'm not sure that play will fool anyone at this point.
Sylacauga desperately needs the ball back.
Perry Davison in on the stop for Sylacauga. Fred, I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm not sure that play will fool Sylacauga at this point.
Well, I'm not either.
It'll take a lot of time off the clock, but if you don't put
it would seem to me that the plays that would be most effective against a tired interior defensive line for Sylacauga would be the moving plays, the left and right, the sweeps, the wide runs, the motion plays.
Stanley Lee in at right tackle for Homewood. I believe it's the first time in the ball game Stanley's been in. Jay on the keeper. Jay goes out after gaining about 2, and I hope they didn't break him in half.
Stopped by Maurice Gamble for Sylacauga.
One reason they might not be running wide at this point is number 6, Cedric Gaffney, is back in Sylacauga. He was one of the stickers in for Sylacauga in the first half. In the secondary, they played very well for Sylacauga.
Well, you know, Gaffney was out with an injury for just a brief time.
Exactly.
And now he's back in the ball game.
Clock is stopped with 7:23 to go. 3rd and 7 for Homewood. They need to reach the Aggie 45 for first down. Robertson sends Skipper and Whalen to the right side, Brian Greer to the far side. Sylacauga coming with the blitz, he lays it up. Pressure from up the middle made Jay get rid of that ball before he wanted to.
That's a quick hit little lob pass that we've seen. Which Brian has the speed to get out underneath that, but Jay was under such tremendous pressure he had to throw it up quickly.
It was a good time for that pass. Sylacauga had 7 men on the line of scrimmage within a 5-yard perimeter of the actual line of scrimmage.
Timeout, Sylacauga.
Well, Sylacauga may be wanting to set up that same kind of return. We've got timeout on the field, 7 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter here. Once again, the score, Homewood 14, Sylacauga 13. Homewood now facing a 4th and 8 situation, and they have the punting team in. Sylacauga, I think, wants to talk about how they're going to bring that ball back.
Okay, it's nitty-gritty time. You know, this is where people start noticing the snapper. Generally, you don't notice the snapper, you know, throughout the game. This is when it's critical to have a good snap. Late in the ball game, and 1 point difference in the score.
Absolutely. We watched Wes Steed and Jay Roberson work on that snap punt combination the other day, and that's something they've been doing every day. For the last 4 or 5 weeks, I guess, since summer practice started.
We want to remind Homewood Patriot supporters that volleyball has started. Hope you'll try and catch one of the girls' volleyball games real soon. The season's underway.
They play a lengthy schedule, but they played there. I wish I knew more about how they did in that first game on September 6th against Briarwood. But they play a schedule that runs all the way through the state tournaments on the 8th of November.
Sylacauga is setting up for the return. They've taken out both Brian Reese and Jeff Washington, the 2 biggest men on the field, and inserted smaller, quicker running backs. So either they could be going for 1 or 2 things: the return or the block using faster people. We'll find out.
snap. Jay gets it off.
They do indeed set the wall to the left side.
Good roll.
But to no avail, they let it roll.
Looks like about 30 yards on the punt. $30 yards on that punt. Jay Rosen. Clutch play.
Timeout for the officials.
We talked about the barbecue being a big success earlier. Tom, I didn't see you there eating any barbecue. Did you sell any tickets? Tom,
He sold his to me and I sold mine to him.
you guys are natural salesmen. Again, I want to remind you of the spaghetti dinner. If you've never enjoyed spaghetti dinner at Homewood Middle School, be sure to get it up there September 22nd, Homewood Middle School.
You know,
Homewood sideline.
You can put all the talented athletes and coaches that you want on the field to play a football game or a basketball court, but parental involvement and support is a key part of any athletic program, and certainly the hallmark of a great program is the involvement in things like barbecues and spaghetti suppers. Just encourage all the Homewood fans to support those. Sooner or later, through your neighborhood this season, somebody's going to come around selling a ticket. We hope you'll support the Homewood Athletic Association when you do.
First and 10 for the Aggies from the 16-yard line. It's getting down to crunch time. 7:06 to go in the game. Quick pass across the middle. Caught by Maurice Gamble.
Looked like Wes Steed on the tackle that time.
Gamble receives the
That's the first time Sylacauga has thrown over.
Maurice Gamble is a big-time player. He'll be one of the most sought-after tight ends and linebackers in the state.
Isn't that the first time in the game that we've seen that one over the middle?
Exactly. They've been going to the outer pass and using rollouts. That's the first time they have used that stand up on that middle.
First down, Aggies for Sylacauga 22. Mix up there. Damon's got Reed, and down he goes.
Excellent play by Damon Southwood.
Picks up on the snap. Sylacauga pulled the guard. He ran into his quarterback, and Damon was on top of him. Looks like Reed may be hurt. He gets up.
I think he's just tired.
We're going to have
glad he's not hurt.
Second down and a bunt. Like second 10 yards. Second 20.
About 20, 21, 20.
All right. I think Homewood could look for the screen here again. Maybe a draw off the middle.
As the game wears on, it becomes easier psychologically for Homewood to play defense in these situations than it is for Sylacauga to psychologically raise themselves to another level.
Oh, absolutely, especially deep in their own territory.
The Aggies just used too much time. They're going to get hit for 5 yards.
Well, that'll make it in second 23.
the long game against the Aggies.
All right, right now, Homewood's got starting defense in. Sylacauga's got to start throwing the ball with 5 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the game. I think you can see them trying to get the ball in the hands of the running back and the big tight end.
They're certainly going to be looking to Alcindor Dark.
Reed on the keeper. He's knocked out, or knocked down, about the 28-yard line.
And he wisely was out of bounds to stop the clock with 5:26 remaining. Looked like Dusty Smith over there to bring him out of bounds.